We were talking about the statue. It's already egregious. Then we got the SBC version of the statue, which is probably 10 times more egregious. And it's still a thing. The statue is still in New York City, and people are still talking about it.
It's going to be there as long as folks is talking about it. I like the SBC rendition. It is kind of right there. The funky polyester pajama pants that don't breathe and crunchy in the middle. She got the ankle monitor, black Air Forces.
Shout out to my girl, Ashley Dalton. Ashley touched on it. Unlike Kendra, Ashley going to speak up.
Let's go, Ash.
As someone with a 20-inch waistline who takes pride in both the inner and outer work, I have to say this statue in Times Square does not represent me or the women I know walking the streets of New York City. I grew up in Harlem, New York, where being fly is embedded in our DNA. You wouldn't dare step outside without a fresh washing set, square French tips, neat braids, the flyest outfit, and the latest kicks. No. And if you did, trust, you were being called out. Our mothers, our grandmothers, our ancestors, if they didn't teach us anything else, they taught us to keep ourselves put together, to always show up looking our best. Because as a Black woman, we never ever had the luxury of not caring. We are judged at first glance by how we speak, how we dress, how we carry ourselves, and even how we shine can cost us our life. And somewhere along the way, maybe some of that pride got lost. And this is why I and so many of the gorgeous, beautiful Black women on TikTok and social media remind you of who you are and how you can work to be the best version of yourself. And we must start by thanking Shira 7, the pioneer of the level up.
You are right. And the truth ain't in you.
How did we get here? The hell did we get here, Ashley? We was doing so well. Is there something we missing here? It's got to be some. I get it. We ain't female. We ain't single women, so I get it. But, man, we was doing so well, and you went completely off the tracks.
Huh? Shout out again to last night's Regal Rumble. Men being able to compartmentalize. We rocking with Ash. However, right here, Ash, this boo-boo you done pulled up, no. Will wholeheartedly disagree with this here. But go off, sister.
Movement for starting this conversation and reminding us who we are and what we deserve. Because my perception of Black women, how I see them through my eyes, they prioritize their physical fitness. They dress well, face eats, body tea. They show up for each other and love on each other. They take pride in who they are and support one another. So while this statue might reflect the experiences of some, it doesn't represent the vast majority of women I know, teach, speak to, or pass by on the streets of New York. The women I know carry themselves with pride, with intention, with legacy. But I'm glad it sparked a bigger conversation about how others think we should show up, and more importantly, how we choose to represent ourselves. We are having what it seems to be a very important conversation. When I created that video about the statue, if I'm being honest, I didn't think I would get so much backlash. I wasn't expecting so many negative comments. I was like, wow. This is what we think of ourselves? Thank you, Holly. This is who we think we are. This is what we should accept. The reason why I went through the history of growing up in Harlem, of growing up in New York City, and
I'll stop her. Like Ashley said, shout out to HQ and the people that say, well, the statue, they accept it because they say the statue looks like somebody that looks like them. And then you will go on to say, obviously the weight is the elephant in the room, no pun intended. And then you will ask them, they will say they disagree with the weight. Well, it's like, well, how do you identify with something that you don't identify with?
It makes no sense. I think HQ really touched on the root of why anyone agrees with it. She said it perfectly. That's why we say let them talk. HQ stated that there was nothing representing, this is HQ statement, there's nothing representing melanated folks, let alone melanated women at all in Times Square. So the fact that they put anything, Mr. X, that'll do. Anything will do, like government assistance. Message.
emphasizing that the women that I was around took pride in how they put themselves together. No matter their size, no matter how much money they had or didn't have, people in New York the women in New York had a sense of pride about how they put themselves together, especially in Harlem. Furs, silks, heels, boots, leather, makeup, lip liners, eyelashes, mascara. Those are the ladies I remember from New York City. So when I see a sculpture or a statue in the middle of Times Square of all places, where there are tourists from all around the world visiting that location, and if that was their first, let's say, depiction of a black woman, that would be the wrong one in my eyes. The woman doesn't.
That part. And that's something HQ said. She said some people has never seen a black person before. So you telling me if somebody has never seen a black person before, you want the first time they see a black person, their first experience to be this, or better yet, this. However you want to slice it. You're like, do you want this to be their first image?
No. The answer is no, because regardless of how much folks today love to say, I don't care what people think about me, that's not true. Especially the more.
Why they got the McDonald's pancake platter back there? I don't like that. Yeah. Why the pancake platter posted up there?
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Insult to freaking injury, man. But y'all need to care how people think about y'all. Y'all need to care that this may be the first impression folks get of melanated folks, because they're going to start looking at you funny. And y'all can say what y'all want, but it ain't old freaking K. It's just not. God dang it.
Doesn't have on a brassiere. She doesn't have on a bra. They could have put her in a nice blouse. They could have gave her some nice earrings. They could have put her in a nice dress, some high heels, a purse, lipstick, a little bit of mascara. But no, she's braless. She's thrown in a t-shirt and some leggings, and even the shoe it's a boot. I don't even know. It looks like a worker boot. If I'm being honest, if we're going beyond her weight, because we're not even talking about the weight part, how she's presenting herself, the black women that I know of New York would have put themselves together, old and young. A lash, hair done, a purse, a dress, a blouse, some nice slacks. But no, we get leggings, a t-shirt, and no bra. Leggings, a t-shirt, and no bra.
That's wild.
Hand on hip, like this. I'm tired. I had a long day. Couldn't even sculpt her dignified. Even if she was in a t-shirt and leggings, we couldn't have her upright like this. Shoulders up, chin up, back straight. No. Couldn't even do that. So we're going to have the discussion. You guys can come up and give your 2 cents. And make sure your camera's on. And let me also say this. I'm not your punching bag, okay? Just be mindful. I'm not your punching bag. So if you're going through something with your man, your husband, your boyfriend, your friends who not answering the phone, your mother or your father, don't come up here taking it out on me. Okay? I'm not saying you have to agree with me. I'm not looking for people to agree with me. But don't come up here taking out your frustrations you're going through with your man, your friends, or your family out on me. We not doing that, babe. Okay? No.
So they be giving, Ashley put that video out, and as you could imagine on TikTok, the sisterhood came for her. Like, they will turn on you so fast. In one moment, they'll praise you in this moment, and then if you do anything, I've said this, it don't matter what it is. It can be something small or big. If they disagree with you, they'll turn on you.
You only can meet them with praise and adulations. I realized that. Shout out to my wife. My wife was at the gym, and she said hi to some sisters, and she just said hi. And she said, I was wondering why they looked at me with this funny look. And I said, you did not greet Bonquisha in a proper way. You can only greet Bonquisha by saying, hey girl, I like your lashes. Hey girl, I like your wig. Because Bonquisha don't know how to respond to you saying hello. She don't. You must say something nice and sweet to her. I want somebody to prove me wrong in this chat. Y'all can't be out in public and just say hi to a melanated sister. You better say something nice, because she ain't gonna say hi back. If she do, she gonna say hi and roll her eyes at you.
No stress. So what are your thoughts on the statue?
So I have 2 opinions, and this is the journalist in me. Number one, because with the video that you said about the young lady, honestly, that statue is how women look. You know, when women, a lot of these women are coming on your live today, you're really getting them out of that look and that lifestyle. And for some reason, I don't know why. I know in the 90s, like Salt and Pepper, even in the 2000s, like women took pride in, hey, I have, my eyelashes, my eyeliner, but it's you and I think another lady. Y'all are really getting, I hate to say this, Black women back into having pride in how they look. I don't know if that's due to remote culture or that's due to other things that can be linked to depression. But I will say that statue is a realistic depiction on how an average Black woman look. And I'm not talking about you and maybe your audience, because I'm a part of your audience. But the women who come on there and you have to elevate us, that's how they will go outside.
And don't gloss over it. She says, I understand that this is how Black women look today. She says it could be led to depression from other things. Other things like what? Being a single mom, perhaps? Is that a lot of stress?
There we go. It's the ultimate stressor, if you ask me. Yeah, let's get to the bottom of the depression. Yes, being a single mom, overworked, wanting to take on the task of moving like a man through life. And now, that's going to cause y'all depression, cognitive dissonance, the whole shebang.
Well, if we're saying average who comes up on my platform, if I'm being honest, the girls who may need help, I would even say they may have a lash on and a bonnet and some lip gloss. I'm going to go that far with it. They may even still have a little bit of makeup on and a bonnet. Maybe may not be, still working on themselves, but they may have a little bit more. I'm going to go that far. They may have a little something.
Yeah, I would say they're working on it. But for that artist, that depiction of a Black woman, and then you see so many people praising it. Yeah. When people come on this platform, they're coming on here for elevation. So I'm telling you, they might not look like that, with the beads in their head and, slop on their shirt, but they're looking for an enhancement. Now, this is my other opinion. Okay. I would say that is towards, the side of, I can see where that's coming from. Now I want to get on the pride and appearance. I will say for Black women, we have a history, especially when we go into the workplace, and I work in corporate America, and we always look the best. Even the woman who's working at the administrative assistant, people thought that she was the executive assistant. She wasn't, but she looked her best. Mm-hmm. So I just think that maybe it is due to remote culture that a lot of women, especially Black women, I don't think it's, going into our favor, that we have relaxed that look. And we're taking pride and, doing other things, but we're not taking pride in ourselves. And that could be going to that self-care. But that's all I have to say. I see both sides, but I know I come on here for elevation and enhancement.
Fair enough. Thank you, Kamara. So tell us, what are your thoughts on the statue? What are your thoughts?
So I'm so upset. Because, first of all, this really communicates how they see us, that we are these overweight, we don't care about our bodies, our presentation. Leggings really in New York?
There we go.
Yeah.
We got the Hillary Banks. We got two of them up here. They ain't having it. We're not going to take it. We talked about this last night. People are tired.
Here we go. Yeah, that sister on the right. She definitely got ninja fatigue. She tired of y'all. She looked like she lived in Bel Air, right next to Uncle Phil. Golly. But the filters are egregious. Y'all need to stop with these filters. Ladies, ban the filters. They be fighting for their life. Y'all be moving too much. Hers is 2 shades lighter than her actual complexion. But nevertheless, the sisters is tired of it. The more refined sisters is tired of it. She got her natural hair out. What's that called? Blowout? Press and play.
Who got natural hair?
The one on the right, that's natural. Check.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Here we go.
I feel like the statue does a really poor job of representing real Black femininity. In fact, I think it just depicts us as unhealthy, overweight, combative, literally all the negative stereotypes that you hear online. I see it in that statue, and it doesn't represent me. It doesn't represent the women I know. It definitely doesn't represent Black femininity. And it just, it's gross.
And what parts of that, what can you point to that doesn't read like feminine to you? What would that be? Just in case someone in the comments, when they're watching this back, what would that be for you?
Well, first, her dressing, in a way, it doesn't highlight her curvature, her hair, even the expression of her face. Like, if you look at the Statue of Liberty or even Mona Lisa or all of these statue-like figures, they all have this very quiet, demure, but intentful expression of femininity, but with strength. Not here. Her facial expression seems more like, I can't believe I have to work another third job. Like, I don't know. It's just giving like struggle. What's wrong with being overweight? A lot. Let's be honest. We have hormonal disruption issues when we have diabetes, high blood pressure. PCOS is attributed to a lot of those things, being obese. So we also don't want to bury our moms and sisters early.
Yeah.
And there we go. She just named a host of things. Somebody in the chat like, what's wrong with being obese? She said a host of things, right? This is what we be saying to HQ. Don't just be giving pushback. Then she started rattling off stuff, high blood pressure, hypertension, all kind of women's problems y'all be having. She named all the stuff that's linked to it.
There you go. And when it comes to dating, raging insecurity, self-sabotage on 1,000. That's the number one thing being out of shape and unshapely gets you in the dating market. There are no pros to being that big. I guess more cushion for the pushing for nuggamus.
Yeah, that's true.
And are you not overweight too? No, I'm not. I've lost 100 pounds. And I was that statue. And I lost 100.
What? Hold on. What she got on, first of all?
Here we go.
And are you not overweight too? No.
She just sitting in there in her Victoria's Secrets. She feeling herself. She said, I done lost 100. Yeah, I'm up here with my skippies on. Yeah.
I love, okay. Now hold up, shout out to HQ. I'm gonna give you a little bit of credit, an inkling. HQ talking about motives. Okay. So could the sister on the right have come up here just to try to stomp out big sisters because her intention, she's like, I used to be a big one, but now I ain't. Now the rabbit's got the gun. And my question last night was, does it matter if her message will help you move forward? No, but she most likely trying to stomp y'all out.
I've lost 100 pounds. And I was that statue. And I lost 100 pounds. I got it together because I realized the woman that I want to become and the woman that my man deserves and my child deserves does not carry herself that way.
Yeah, well,
I would say she sounds like the messenger. All right. She's giving context. She was overweight. She lost weight because she didn't like it. She didn't like the New York statue. She don't like that image. Why don't she like it? She said, because her husband don't deserve that. Her kids don't deserve that.
Boom. Oh my goodness, she just made my point to the T. I always say that. That is my belief as well. I'm on record saying 3 times, I could not lose weight, just want to do it for me. I don't give a crap. But when I think about what my wife deserves, the father my children deserve, and the man I want to be for them, now it clicks very easily. You see that? And this is the Bone Quisha that says she refuses to lose weight for a man. No, as she just proved, and I agree, that is the only way it works. You got to do it for somebody other than yourself. Get rid of the selfishness.
I've lost 100 pounds. And I was that statue. And I lost 100 pounds. I got it together because I realized the woman that I want to become and the woman that my man deserves and my child deserves does not carry herself that way.
Yeah, well, thank you.
What do you think of it? Wait, what do you think?
Oh, I did a whole video about it. I did the video. We started the live. I gave my 2 cents. So now I just want you, guys and girls to come up and just give me your feedback on your thoughts and opinions,
How do you think this is going to impact the perception of Black women in America? Do you think it's going to normalize a lot of do you think seeing that women will be like, oh, this is normal?
Well, I think it's already normalized if they created the sculpture in that image. They created it in that image. That's what they feel our normal is. And all the pushback that we are getting online says that a lot of women feel like, okay, this represents who I am. And who are you ladies or men to say, well, this is not okay. This is not the right look. She shouldn't look this way, X, Y, and Z. So I think this is already the normal.
There we go. That part. So that's what it is. This is what they think y'all look like. And I went on to say, if women don't have an issue with it, it is what it is. If the majority of them, y'all gotta handle that in-house.
There we go. The men have spoken. If they would have put up some statue of Nuggamus in that raggedy tank top shirt, sweatpants with the N1 hoop shorts up under them, we would spoke out, but y'all would take whatever y'all can get. Shout out to HQ. She has spoken for y'all.
As far as these women go for now, we're gonna put the sub in the statue in the sub for now.
There you go. We'll retrieve it later, maybe.
The passengers of the doomed Titanic sub spent their last moments in total darkness looking for bioluminescent creatures out of the small window and listening to their favourite music. The new details of the 5 passengers' final moments have been revealed by the wife and mum of the father-son duo.
Wade in the water, diamond, wade in the water. Something's gonna trouble the water. You better wade in the water. Yeah, man. Hey!